Awesome.
How's the DJ?
Do I leave my key to you?
Yes, please.
There's something underneath the seat there.
Can I make a spin at Alex?
Go crazy.
What's
Thank you for
happening?
having me.
What's happening?
You right?
Brother,
Number one.
Nevs, bro, I'm just happy to have you here, bro.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to being here.
Yeah.
Chopping it up.
You know, when you walked in the building, bro, everybody, you could see the energy just picked
Changed,
up
yeah.
automatically,
Like crazy.
dog.
Like crazy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, I like that. I love that about you, bro. I'm just happy that you're here, like I said. And, bro, I think we spoke earlier and we were talking about this platform and saying, like, how the cross between football and music and art, bro, that the industries have come together.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think previously we were all, inverted commas, separated.
Sure.
But there's a commonality in everything that we
Yeah.
do, and it's becoming easier for us to engage
Yeah.
social media
Yeah,
and
you're
just
right.
lifestyle, man. We liking the
because
same
you're a
things. It
big
makes
player
it
in your
easy.
field as well, you know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah.
doing my
You
best.
do as much as the ballers do, you know what I
I'm
mean?
doing my best.
That's
man,
what we
one
were
day at a
saying,
time.
bro. Is like we're all players in our own industries. So for you, you're a player in the industry. I'm a player in the football industry.
Yeah.
We're all players in our industry, and we all run culture, bro. You know what I mean? Bro,
We are culture, man.
We are culture.
Yeah.
We are culture. I like that. We're pushing high press, dog. Yeah. No. You know one thing, bro. In terms of the, when I joined Sundowns, right?
Yeah.
Something that I always saw. When I joined Sundowns, you tweet the picture with pizza, and now the stuff comes, starts flooding through and whatnot. So I check, okay, DJ Naves retweet. Hey, Baba.
That's big.
You know?
That's big.
So I check, go on DJ Naves' Twitter, dog, and it's just
Sundowns.
it's numbers, boy. It's numbers. It's busy, bro. What is your relationship with social media, bro?
I've become a little bit smart about social media.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you, man. Like Twitter it's brutal sport.
Hey,
Brutal
it can
space,
be
dog.
You've got to have thick skin to be on there, because you must remember, anybody in the public eye that's on Twitter, they're waiting for you to say something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not a space where they're waiting for you to do good.
Yeah.
It's a space where they want you to do bad so they can pull you down. And it's gotten so bad that they've now influenced brands and partnerships that
sure.
now listen to a group of people that don't have full perspective of anything. So I've managed to know that when I tweet about football, I'm good with everyone. I tweet about my music,
For sure.
And if you're going to comment on anything else, keep it light. Don't be too opinionated, because they will come for you, because they have nothing else to do.
No, exactly.
But also being able to use it for monetization.
Yeah.
So I've managed to figure that space out and become a lot better with it.
Yeah, bro. I think once you distinguish that social media is like the money maker, when social media is the mover for you, bro, you'll know.
100%.
Not to attach a negative connotation towards that thing,
100%.
Yeah, and in
100%.
terms of the social media, how impactful has it been on your career in the music industry?
Crazy, man. So I come from the era where the guys who came before us, they used to put up posters on the streets and hand out flyers.
Crazy to
and
think
that's
things
where
are that
we
way.
started, right?
Yeah.
So we would print maybe 10,000 flyers, and we'd walk around all over Joburg, wherever we were
Passing
having a
them
party,
out.
putting them on cars,
That is
passing
crazy.
them out, and that sort of thing. Then Facebook came onto the scene.
Yeah.
And you could invite, if you had 5,000 friends, because that was the limit, you could invite 5,000 friends to this party.
Yeah.
And we knew that if you got 1,000 people saying they're coming, you were good.
Yeah.
Then that also started to be a tricky little scale where 1,000 people would say they're coming, but 500 would show up.
Yeah.
Then at some stage, that 500 turned to 50 and. But that's also because then other platforms came into play.
Yeah.
Twitter came on and so forth. So it played a very important role, because it also then dropped our costs of having to print flyers.
Yeah.
For sure.
So now instead of you have DJ costs, venue costs, flyer costs, marketing and whatever, that drops a little bit more, which means at the door when people are coming in to pay, you can keep a little bit more in your pocket. So social media's done, it was amazing. It had a dope impact. Yeah, it had a very dope impact. We learned early that you need to, you know, progress with the times because even when we came in, the guys were all on record.
For sure.
We came in CDs. Then now we're on USBs and laptops. It's progressing, and if you
Streaming
don't learn
now.
with it, streaming.
Yeah.
But that, you know what? That changed the game.
It changed the game completely.
Completely.
Changed the game. I mean, I think there's one place on the continent where you can still make records. It's a plant in Zimbabwe. There's nowhere
That
else.
is crazy, bro.
You know, it's mad.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're right, bro. I think for me, bro, the way, you know, you guys as artists and entertainers, bro, the way you guys have leveraged social media has impacted, like I said, the football players, and it's gotten, you know, back in the day, we just used to play football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just football.
It was
Go to the
simple.
pitch, train, go home. You know, you look at their lifestyles on social media. Now you see, you know, Benzema, you see Pogba
Hey,
pulling
it's
up
so
with
crazy.
them, pulling up with
Yeah.
them. You know those videos.
Yeah.
You see them pulling up like that, living the lifestyle of an entertainer. You know what I mean? Bro,
Because that's what it is at the end of the day, if you think about it. Yes,
Well,
football is,
yeah.
there's more to life than football, they always say, but it's entertainment at the end.
Yeah.
it is.
You know,
You're right.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And talking about the football,
yeah.
what does Sundowns mean to you? And where did the love for the team start? Were you put on by somebody within your family?
Definitely. So my mom put me on to Sundowns.
Generational,
Growing
dog.
up. Yeah. Growing up. So I grew up partly in Soweto and then also in Emalahleni, Woodbank.
Yeah. That's what's
So
up.
when we started here, and then my mom got a job in Woodbank, and we were there, and I just couldn't relate to the other teams. Like I used to say, I used to love. Nobody didn't love Dr. Kumalo.
Sure.
I used to love Dr. Kumalo, but
Sure.
I didn't love everything else about the
Yeah.
team he played for.
Yeah.
You know. So my uncle was a big Orlando Pirates fan, and he tried to get me to support them, and I was like, you know, let me find my own way.
Yeah.
Then at the time, the Brazilian national team was
Who was
The
playing
one.
at that?
the
Yeah.
one. Is it Romario?
Romario.
Bebeto,
Okay, that generation.
Cafu, that generation.
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Remember
So
Dida?
I used to, like, I loved their flair and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of thing. And then I picked up on Sundowns with
Yeah.
the colors and
Colours, yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, and also heard down the road at the tavern this guy talking about shoe shine and piano.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and listen. And as well, my uncle played for Black Aces.
Okay.
At the time as well. They used to play Elinville Stadium
Yeah.
in Woodbank.
Yeah. Okay.
So my uncle would like take me with him
Yeah.
To the
go
games.
and watch these games. So you'd watch Sundowns, Zayn Musa,
Zayn Musa.
Sam Iwi Kambule. You'd watch those guys, and we were kids, you know. We'd sneak in underneath the
For sure.
fence and we'd sit around the pitch, and never like on the grandstands because that was for the guys who had probably paid for their tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd sit there on the ground and we'd lose our minds. So from then on, man, Zayn Musa would stand on the ball, and I'd see this
Yeah.
in front of my
Yeah.
eyes, Ekasi, like where I grew
Sure.
up, you know. And I just fell in love with the team from there.
Nah, it's beautiful to see
Yeah.
that relationship with Downs. Like,
Yeah.
you know, no matter like if we're in the changing room or,
Yeah.
like I remember with the senior team, whether with us under 23s, bro, always a topic there. dog.
100%.
Always
like
a
it's,
topic.
for me, it's also like the wildest thing in the world. How is it that your favorite team acknowledges you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When, like, guys,
Yeah.
I don't have the words for it. It's like beyond my wildest dreams
Yeah.
because all I did is just love the team.
Yeah.
And
I
look at
remember-
you now, you're heavily involved.
You know, my dad used to took me to Pretoria once.
Yeah.
To the Loftus Stadium.
Yeah.
Must have been 10, 11 years old.
Sure.
And we watched the game. I remember Kenny Nimach scored in that game.
Yeah.
It was, for me, it was like my life was made. Those were the things. Like, I just want to go to the stadium
Yeah.
and watch Sundowns. And when I don't get a chance to do it, it's like a sore point for me.
Yeah.
But I don't have the words for the story. It's just, it's beyond me.
So crazy. I love that, bro. I love
Yeah.
that. You know, I think the culture within Sundowns, bro.
Yeah.
It's a big family.
Yeah.
I've always said that, you know, when I came there for the first time, just like seeing the culture of family, people respect each other. You know what I mean? The culture, the football, the way that we play football there, the way that football is played at Sundowns, it's changing the game.
Yeah.
We've never seen it in Africa.
Yeah,
The
that's-
type of football. And Pizzo changed that all.
100%.
Pizzo changed that all. The style of football, you know, with Rolani and Steve and Mangoba now there. I mean, they're carrying on Pitso's legacy and they're turning it into something great. Africa hasn't seen it from a branding perspective,
Everything,
Sundowns,
yeah.
from a footballing perspective, you know. For me, they just need to, you know, add more stars. They need more stars.
That's what
They
we
have
need.
all-
Where
stars,
were
let's
you?
be
Where were
honest.
you when they won the CAF?
I was in Egypt.
You
were
lying,
there?
I
dog.
swear to God,
You
I
were
was
there?
at the final. I flew myself to the final.
You lying.
100%. Nobody believed it. I showed up. Tulani, may soul rest in peace, was
Mr. Tuswa.
Yeah, Mr. Tuswa, a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Tulani told me, "Hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
They're taking fans over," and I was like, "I'll come back. I'm not going. Don't worry
Hey.
about me." Then it hit me. I was like, "Man, we're on the verge of history here." I got on the phone, spoke to my travel agent.
Yeah.
Booked. I asked Tulani, "Do you know where you guys are staying?" He said, "In Radisson." I said, "Cool."
I'll be there.
I'm there.
I'm
The
there.
night before the game, as I'm walking, the bus had just arrived from their training
Yeah.
session from the game.
Yeah.
There I am. I'm rolling up. All I had was a backpack, and Tulani's like, "Hey, Muna, what are you doing here?" I said, "Yo, I told you I'd pull up, and
Yeah.
I'm here." So I was in Egypt. Amazing, man.
How was that experience?
Were you change your room?
Priceless.
Change your room at least.
After the game.
That's what's up.
That's why I
what's up.
say, like, this is like, it's wild for me, man.
Yeah.
I got there, and then first thing in the morning, the president invited me to
Yeah.
breakfast, and then while I was at breakfast, the then Minister of Sports was
Sure.
also there. We chopped it up, and then I went to a team. It was like a meet of greet of all the
Yeah.
supporters. Then went back
How many
to the
how many people
hotel.
pulled up there?
I think they flew about 200 fans,
Yeah.
200 plus fans to the game. Yeah, then we went back to the hotel, changed and headed to the game. And it was amazing,
I
man.
feel
I
like
mean,
you were gonna play.
let me tell you,
Were you moving with them in the team bus?
bro, listen
What?
to
What
this.
do you mean?
What?
Did we just hear
These
it?
were the wildest dreams. When we got to the hotel, then they gave me a security guard. I'm like, what do I need a security guard for? I'm just going to the game.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
you are now our guest.
Yeah.
Coach Peter was like, you eat with the team,
Yeah.
you move with the team, you are part of the team.
Warm up.
So everything, I was there with these guys, like, it was crazy. Like,
Sure.
Anyway, we go there to the stadium. It's 6 hours before the game.
Yeah.
Capacity.
Full.
6 hours before the game.
You guys were in Cairo?
The stadium is in Alexandria.
Alexandria. Yeah.
6 hours before the game, the stadium is at capacity. Right? We get into the stadium. These guys are singing, lighting flares. I'm like,
Yeah, one
Lasers.
thing about the
Have you seen those lasers, bro?
yeah, they love the
lasers.
lasers. The
It's
Egyptian
like-
fans.
It's lit. Then I go up to the box and I'm sitting there. Like it's nerve wracking. I mean, there's maybe in the box 10 people that are Mamelodi Sundowns
Yeah.
fans, and then there's like 1,000. There's CAF delegates, but everyone there is also speaking Arabic, so
Yeah.
there's
Can't really
language
communicate,
barrier.
yeah.
And I'm there every time Sundown screams. I'm the only one like, and then my security guard is like, my friend,
Relax.
you're going to need
Relax.
to calm down.
Yeah, not yet, not
He's
yet.
like my friend. You know, but he was also a very nice guy.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then we won. I got to go to the press conference. I got
Sure.
back to the hotel. It was just like
Atmosphere
priceless.
was crazy.
Yeah, I've got a picture. I'm holding the trophy in the change room. It was words cannot begin to
Did you fly back
explain
with
it.
the team?
No. So what happened is I flew through Dubai.
Okay, Dubai.
So they drove back to Cairo and then direct to Joburg.
Yeah.
Then the next morning, and this was crazy for me, is at breakfast, Coach Peter says, "Gents, we have CAF in our pockets now. We're done.
Yeah.
We still have work to do.
Yeah.
Let's go to training." I was like, "Yo, we just won the biggest trophy on the
Next
continent."
morning.
And the next morning, the guys
to
were
work.
back at training.
But that's
like
his mentality.
nothing
That's
happened.
why. That's why.
It's a winning mentality.
That's why he'll always remain successful, though.
I was like sitting there, I was blown away at that.
Always.
And at that stage, then I'm flying like back to Dubai, then Dubai, Johannesburg. So I'm sitting there like, wow, these guys are at training, and I'm like,
You're relaxing.
Do you believe in that, though? Do you believe in that, like manifestation, the power of manifestation?
100%. Prayer and manifestation, speak about it, and speak about it in a positive light, it will come to be.
Power of the tongue.
Power of the tongue, it's the most powerful thing in the world.
Where have you seen that in your life, though?
Everywhere. So there's a lady who used to be my wife's boss, and she lives 2 streets away from the current place where I live at.
yeah.
And I went to her house once, and I was like, yo, one day I'm gonna own this house or a house somewhere around here.
Yeah.
All right, and laughed it off. And I think we moved into our previous house about 8-9 years ago, and it was actually 4 streets away from her house. And then this is gonna sound stupid, right? But so we're moving to like this whole evolution of electricity is too expensive.
For sure.
I moved 1, 2, 3 streets up from where I used to live because there's a gas line that runs there.
Yeah.
So having a gas line means I don't have to use electricity for heating.
Nothing.
Geysers, cooking,
Damn.
that sort of thing. You know, with the Going Green, I use gas because Equally Gas runs through there. So we moved there, and by some coincidence, the house that I spoke about that I'd wanted is my back opposite neighbor.
That is crazy.
You know,
Yeah.
so the power of the tongue is amazing, and I spoke it. I mean, when I used to work on Drive, I said my biggest goal when I got into radio, I wasn't even trying to be on radio.
Yeah.
But when I got in there, I was like, actually, I'm enjoying doing this. And for me, if I could do the biggest drive show on the biggest urban radio station, I would have ticked the box. That would have been enough for me. So when it got to a stage where I felt like I wasn't growing, I moved to Durban to go and test myself. And it was tough. I mean, I've been a Joburg boy all my life. I moved to Durban, left my family, my kids, and I stayed there for 2.5 years, came back to do the dream that I was chasing, but I spoke it into existence. You know, I speak a lot of it into existence, and my business partner Spectacular will tell you that once he has said it and put his mind to it, whether it happens tomorrow, in 4 and 5 years time, it's coming.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
like now I'm speaking. I want to move to Durban. I don't understand why we got to deal with this cold weather. So if it means for 4 months of the year, I can live in Durban, so I can enjoy summer all year. That's what I'm going to do. So I've given myself the next 5 years to make that happen.
And
Definitely.
In terms of your mentality, bro, like because for me, something I've never understood, and I always think about I don't think maybe I could be an entertainer because of, maybe we physically exert ourselves as athletes and shit, but the mentality you have to have in terms of your schedule. Because I think, I look at your schedule some days and I check, like when you post your dates, for example, okay, you at Altitude this weekend, like you at Rockets the next weekend. Like, how every day, it's late nights, it's early mornings.
You got to show up. Few are chosen. You've got to show up. Like, treat every show like it's the first show that you'll ever do, that you've been longing for. You just gotta, there's times where it's hard.
Of course.
It's never easy.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit here and be like, oh no, it's a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. There's days where I don't want to go anywhere. There's days like, currently, like I'm turning 38.
For sure.
Doing 4 shows a night. I'm dead. I'm finished. I can't. I'm just physically can't. So I'm now saying to myself, and also, you learn the older you get in the industry, right? Is that would you rather do 4 gigs at 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, or do 2 gigs at 10,000, 10,000, or do 1 gig at 20,000? Where do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to, you know what I mean? And that also then becomes important because it's also a demand and supply thing where you've got to balance it out and make sure that demand doesn't exceed supply, or, because at some stage it's like, okay, we've seen you here 10 times, bro. Like,
what's up?
That sort of thing.
But how do you say no, bro? How do you say no? Like you said, like, okay, cool, I won't take that show. How do you do that? How do you say, show's not for me?
You've got to know your brand. Nobody can come and tell me about the Kings of the Weekend brand.
Exactly.
I built the Kings of the Weekend brand.
You did,
so
though.
you can talk to me about anything else, but don't come and say to me, it's not going to be good for your brand to do this. I built this brand. So if there's one person that knows about it, it's the guy who built it. So I'm very, my main thing is a lot of it is relationships. relationships will get you through the hardest times.
Uh-huh.
But also, I don't chase money. So I won't go to your gig because you're paying more than him. If I've made an agreement with you that I'm coming to play your gig for R2 and he comes and offers me 10, I've already made my deal. I can't, because you're new to me. You're a new customer, but he's been there for me for 10 years. And R2 every year is better than me taking off
My 10
that
rand.
10 and then
Never
you're
again.
gone.
Don't hear from you again.
I don't hear from you again, yet I know he'll be around forever. So
What about the younger kids, man? The younger kids in the industry. Can they say the same?
no. And I'll tell you why. When you're in the position where they are now, no one can tell you nothing. I've been there. You think it's going to be forever. Hence why, and I say this to the guys with from the best place ever. Like Gucci is cool, Louis Vuitton is cool.
For sure.
Buy it. I mean, a bag will set you what, 65K back?
65 bands.
Now, you buy the bag for 65, you buy the shoes for 15. Let's say you drop 100
Yeah.
On like 2 pieces.
on 2 pieces.
2 pieces.
Bro, give me 100 and I'll return you 200 in 6 to 9 months.
For sure.
And that's my thinking. I sit there and I'm like, but then I have this bag and then what
Nothing to
must-
show for that.
But for some people it's important.
Because it's a brand, like you said.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember clearly I used to be part of a Nike, Maputi, and they were still
Maputi, yeah.
involved. MK, Sanel, and those guys. And my thing was, when I was growing up, my mom couldn't afford to buy me Nike.
For sure.
It was like, my mom would set a goal and be like, if you can achieve this, I'll get you this,
Yeah.
And I promised myself that the day I had a bit of money, I would go to bed in Nike. To this day, I do that.
Yeah.
I don't have pajamas. I sleep
in Nike
I
gear.
sleep in Nike
It's
gear.
so-
Because
It's a dream you live in.
I'm living the dream. But I was fortunate enough to be given and sponsored by Nike. They would give you so much stuff you wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm talking every 2 weeks, 4 pairs of sneakers.
Boxes.
Boxes, like they were delivering huge boxes. Like I would have stuff I haven't opened. I remember I had to move from my apartment because I had a 3-bedroom apartment and the one room I had just used as a storage. And when we moved, I'm opening boxes. I'm like, I didn't even know I had this.
That's crazy.
So then I called all my boys and I said, yo, man,
Grab what you want.
come through. And my boys were like, what do you mean? I'm like, I didn't know I had this stuff. And if you've had, for example, a pair of sneakers for 2 years in your house that you've never worn, you're not going to start wearing it now. It's been sitting there for 2 years, So I've been fortunate enough then to be able to take that stuff and be like, yo, gents, come through, raid the
But a
closet.
giving hand is a blessed hand.
Take what you want, because I was never going to wear it, So it's those sort of things. It's like the small things for me that tick those boxes for me. I'm also I'm not flashy at all. I struggle to post like material goods. Like it's a struggle.
But that's
for
the
me.
way,
I
though.
don't-
It needs to be
I don't know
substance.
how to do it. But for some people,
It works for them.
it ticks. There's a box or there's something inside that needs it, and there's nothing wrong with
Nothing
it.
wrong,
If you've got the 100K to drop at a thingy, drop it, man. But give me 100 and I
gonna
will
flip it.
turn it, man.
You'll flip
give
it.
you 200. Give me
Yeah,
6
bro.
months with it.
Are you weary of people around your circle?
Extremely.
Because I'm like that, bro. Like,
I'm a loner.
me too.
I like to be
You're
alone.
introvert.
I like to be alone. I go home. Anybody will tell you that after I DJ, the guy's gonna be like, he's going home. I'm very wary because not everybody has good intentions. Not everybody wants to see you succeed.
For sure.
So you've got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Take care, because you must remember, bad energy, you'll carry it with you. So if there's bad energy in your circle, when you leave here,
It's going
and you
with
go
you.
home.
Yeah. No, I can see. You are spectacular, bro. The relationship you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have.
Yeah,
It's a
speaking
very
about spectacular.
Yeah.
Tell us how Kings of the Weekend originated and what was the thought process behind
It's too long of a story to
crazy.
even.
Not even.
Not.
We were all on the same party scene. It's like us being here together.
Yeah.
And then Spectacular started working as an events coordinator for 5FM.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was doing technical and content at Metro. So I'd run into him in the corridors because Metro FM and 5FM are on the same floor.
I didn't know that.
And then, our friendship built from there. Then he submitted a demo to be on radio. Hence why I say it was never my dream to be on radio.
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to run the desk, the technicality side of it. So they then said, yo, we need you to do this and stand in for this guy while we try and figure out what we're going to do in the slot. I said to him, whenever you want to talk, you let me know. I just got to play ads at this time and do this and this. But when you want to go on air, you let me know. I'll push the button. I said, cool. I put this guy on air, and then he asked me a question. I'm like, bro, this is not how it's supposed to go down.
Yeah.
I responded. We were reprimanded for it. We did it the second week, and we've never looked back from there. It was, it was all like, it just happened. It was all God's work. I can't even say we woke up and said, we're going to plan. Even the line, Kings of the Weekend, we were on radio and signing out. And we said, from us, the Kings of the Weekend, peace and love. We out. And we were like, whoa. What did we just do? And then we were
like that. That's insane, bro. Like for me, you gotta break the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta justify someone in order to excel. You know what I mean? It's so powerful.
100%. It's like there are things that you need to do that not everybody will understand, but when the final result comes out, they're gonna be like, I never bought into it, but I see what you were doing.
Yeah. No, they're going to come for this podcast, bro. One day the same thing, though.
I was doing my homework,
Yeah.
and I was on your IG.
Yeah.
And I went down to the bottom of your IG.
Yeah.
And I saw some pictures. You were wearing the doctor's...
What is that, though?
What's going on there? What's happening
Social
there?
media is the wildest thing
What's
in the
happening
world.
there?
So I was doing a shoot. Right, a test shoot.
Yeah.
And I was a friend of mine, Dr. Kabonina, out in Durban, best chiropractor. If you're in Durban, holla.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So I got her stethoscope, and we're doing a shoot. And she's like, "Oh, I got a very dope picture of you. Post it." Then I post the picture. Then a friend of mine, Mai Chwete, who was at the time spokesperson for the Department of Home Affairs.
Okay.
Takes the picture, goes on Twitter and says, congratulations to my friend DJ Nays for opening his own practice.
That's where it comes from, though.
You must understand who this guy is. He's the spokesperson for the Department of Home Affairs.
He's certified.
He's certified. If you're gonna listen to somebody,
that's the person you're gonna listen to.
It flew. It went. I got a call from my then management, and they like, oh, we're riding this. I'm like, no. My mom calls me and says, my son, the one thing I know, you never wanted to study.
Sure.
There's no ways you are a doctor. Unless this is an honorary degree. Explain to me what's happening.
For sure.
And by the time it's gotten to your parents, you must understand how far it's gone.
Yeah.
It's traveled. It was too on, man. I got security guards stopping me, like, yo, man, like, shout out. I'm like,
congratulations.
And you try and explain, and they're like, you're lying. You're trying to be humble. Like, no. So that's what happened. Social media, what
a crazy thing, man.
Yeah, social media is tricky, man.
And then, in terms of DJing, like you said, you're at the age where you can't really do back to back shows.
Yeah.
Right? You prefer the short sets? Because I see you got a residency at Rockets. I've seen you here a couple of times. I don't want to shout them out. Let's not shout them out. Sean, if you're hearing this, we need the tender, eh?
Shout
Give
out
us
to
the
Sean,
Rockets tender.
We need the tender.
Shout out to Sean. Sean's good people. Once again, I'll tell you the importance of relationships.
Yeah.
Once again, I have a very good relationship with Sean. I have a good relationship with Ricardo out at Altitude Beach. These are all relationships, all the way to at Omai. Shout out to my guy. He's got one in Eastern Cape and one in Joburg.
I didn't know that.
So he's a call away. Like, yo, what's happening? Put us on. We're coming. Cool. And he breaks us off. It's all about relationships. Relationships are important. So, those guys are part of like a close family of business friends and that sort of thing. When it comes to sets, The short ones are great because it's high impact. But it's high impact also requires people feed off your energy. Requires you to give it, like, you know, for that 10 to 20 minutes short set. Whereas the longer sets, which could be maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, allow me to go on the journey. I was playing recently, shout out to Alton at Saints.
Yeah.
Man, 2 hours. I got to play like the old school stuff. I got to play hip hop from like the early 2000s. And it was a vibe, you know, it was fun. But then there's other sets where you just got to tick the boxes, you know. It's like, it's a corporate gig, you got to play Mandoza and Kalagata. In your head, you're like, again. You got to tick the boxes, work, you know, you got to keep it going. So the short ones, for the 20 minutes, the high energy ones, I love those. But the 2 hours fulfills my soul. It reminds me why I enjoy. You
started
DJing.
doing this.
We asked this question yesterday to one of the guests, and we asked, what he thinks of the Amapiano scene, firstly. And the impact that it is having on Africa. And the world. And number two, what he thought, and I want to know what you think about Drake's album.
About Drake's album?
Especially with Coffee and Trezor.
Let me tell you, right? Amapiano first, amazing. It's great for me because, you know, what COVID allowed is it allowed everything to press a reset.
For sure.
So we were in an inflated market where 3 or 4 people were charging 300,000 to perform. So you'd have those guys at 300,000 to perform and everybody else at 5, 10, 20,000. You know, so COVID allowed the reset button and everybody had to bring their prices back down and
I didn't even,
inverted commas normalize.
You guys spent how many years? Like how many months? Like 9 months? 10 months?
Yeah, but then there was also an underground scene that picked up.
For sure.
Hence the booming and you know that's why I say we are the culture. I mean, the underground scene that popped up gave birth to so many Amapiano artists, and the amazing thing about that is now there's a new group of breadwinners feeding their families, taking care of their families, which is very important. I think what people don't realize is the amount of baggage, and not bad baggage, but baggage that we carry as a people because of where we come from. We have so much and so many people looking at us saying, you know, there's some families where the kids have never been able to go to university. You know, if you ever have a chance, there's at UKZN, when you see those graduation ceremonies, you'll understand how important and what it does and means to the community. Hence why we need a government that's going to work and create job opportunities for people. So the Amapiano scene is exactly that. It's an opportunity for more people to get into the game, more people to be able to feed their families and, you know, build their dreams and take it from there. And also now that music is worldwide.
Worldwide, though.
It's worldwide. But it's gone through the steps. Kwaito developed into the house era, to the Durban house,
to the Gorm, you know what I mean?
You know, it's all part of the culture. We are the culture. You know, we control it. When it comes to the Drake album, I think it's amazing. I think it's a phenomenal album. Because people expected to put him in a box. They wanted to. I understand why the Americans are mad.
For sure. You understand why the Americans are mad.
And I saw a very nice tweet. I think somebody tweeted, this Drake album is not for the guys that ask where the hoes at in the club.
It's about the guys taking the babies on holiday.
You know? It is. I think it's an amazing album. I got to listen to it. I think it's track 9. I forgot what it's called. It hit home. I
like Sticky.
Sticky's fire. Yeah, it's fire.
I'm a sucker for Savage, though. I won't lie. So Jimmy Cooks was also nice.
Sticky for me is the one that stuck out. I played that on repeat. I
Texture
really
and Green.
It.
You know what I was saying? I was saying that it's a dope album. I just think it's not what everyone expected.
Of course.
100%.
But that's the importance of being an artist, right? He just like redefined what being an artist is. You should be able to, as an artist, do whatever genre or whatever it is that you feel. Like, you're an artist.
I mean, you're
not supposed to be boxed in.
But you're right, bro. It's being boxed in.
And the reason why everybody is mad is because they boxed him in. And I'm not saying I don't want to hear Drake rap. because he's a dope rapper.
For sure.
But this, for me, is going to shift the culture. Don't say I didn't tell you. We are going to start
It is.
hearing more of artists willing to take risks.
And I tell you, right? Think about it, and this maybe Naves, you can correct me. I know you're OG in this game, but I have a feeling that this is a step prior to Amapiano.
Possibly. Because the new Major League has Georgia Smith on it. It has rappers on it. I heard Mr. Jazzic the other day. He's got an international feature on it. Everybody's jumping onto the wave because it's dope. It's authentic.
Because
it's
tell me, you
real.
can't transition straight from rap to Amapiano.
Yeah.
So maybe
There's gotta be
drop
a
an
gap.
album with
Yeah.
Coffee, put something there.
I saw Beyonce drop today. I want to hear the sound on that because I also heard that it's a lot more dance than it is,
Is it?
the normal, you know. And you know when Beyonce drops, like, things shake.
For real.
When last did she drop?
Yeah, she dropped it. It's been a while, but it dropped this morning at 6 a.m. So I want to hear that, and also, like, you know, music is a beautiful thing, man. There's,
Yeah, did you see Chris Brown is also
Yeah.
venturing into the Afrobeat
yeah,
sound, you
but
know?
he's been
Yeah,
supporting
he's
it.
been, he's been showing love though.
Been showing love. I mean, I remember Maporisa working with him some time ago, and he's like, this guy hasn't released 30 or 40 songs we recorded.
Sure.
Maporisa and Wizkid flew and stayed with him in LA and
Yeah.
recorded a bunch of songs that are sitting on a hard drive.
Yeah, I need that hard drive.
Bro, talk to me about ego in your industry, because in the football industry, it's
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah.
I understand it's got to do with performance,
Yeah.
right? But ego in your industry, you
Huge.
see it?
Huge, huge, huge. And no, you see, the other thing is that nobody ever thinks they're going to get off the top. So when you're on top, you don't think nobody's
Anyone's
ever
gonna
going to
take
take
you off,
me
yeah.
down. But that's not just not that's you've at some stage, and I use the rent analogy for me. Some stage you're the one paying rent, and then when you get to the top, you're now collecting rent. But at some stage you got to move again, you know, and then you get back and so forth. Hence why some artists are always happy to be number 3, 4, and 5.
Than to be
Because
number
then-
one, yeah.
Than to be number one, because at number one, everybody's always
Trying to knock it down.
knocking for you. Everybody's waiting for you to do something wrong. Everybody's, you know, they never fully appreciate what you do. You could release, and you'll always be compared to your first single, right? So always,
First
always,
hit.
always your first hit. It's like, yeah, but I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Different
it's like
sound.
different sound, different
Life is
influences, different
different,
environment. I got a bit of money now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't rap about being hungry anymore.
Yeah, 'cause I'm no
I've
longer
got a
hungry.
full stomach. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. And what can we expect from you to come? New music, touring.
I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. I've ventured into other businesses.
I was just about to say that.
I've ventured into other businesses. I enjoy the music.
So the music is on hold for now.
Not, it's not on hold. I've got songs. I mean, I could drop an album next week. I've got the songs.
So you got the hard drive.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got the hard drive.
Once
Like,
we,
I've got,
once we off camera, we'll,
Okay.
we got, like, I'm consistently working. Like now, crazy story. 3 houses away from me, these guys rented the house.
Yeah.
It's these young guys, so they do a piano, right? So these guys are rocking, and I can hear it from the house. I'm more understanding.
Yeah.
My neighbors,
they're complaining
Not
about the
so
song.
much, yeah.
So I ran into them this morning as I was leaving. I'm like, keep rocking. He's like, yeah, but you don't defend us on the group. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But keep rocking. So I'm going to be with them in the studio. I said to them, yeah, man, let me know whenever you guys have time.
Yeah.
I'll come through. I'm consistently working. I'm consistently getting music. And if I feel inspired, I get into the studio, we record. I mean, I did 2 gospel type songs, and I'm enjoying, loving the gospel sound. So I might do more of that. I might, you know.
That's just what you're feeling right
Yeah,
now.
I just do what I'm feeling. I'm having a good time with it, you know. But there's nothing like I'm an artist. I do what I want
What
to.
you
when I
want. Box
want
yourself
to.
in.
No, and then when I want to change, I change. No one can tell me anything.
Yeah, they
sure.
can't at all.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Bro, we were talking over, was it Instagram?
Yeah.
I remember I hit you the other day, and then you were, I think you were working out at like
Yeah.
6 o'clock. And I was getting dressed to go train. I said, Naves, you're a soldier, dog. You're a soldier, bro.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. If I do two and three things just to differentiate my workouts and make sure I don't get boring. I do a boxing workout, and then I play a bit of indoor,
For sure.
and I do a bit of running. Now, my indoor game kicks off at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Where do you play?
And it's -2 at Waverley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
With
a bunch
Obi
of-
and them?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
With a bunch of guys. Now, that 6 a.m. kickoff is tough at -2.
Yeah.
It's tough, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So anyone pull the hammy there?
So at 6 a.m., if you're not, you need to get there first of all at like 5:45.
Yeah.
And then you need to give yourself a good warm up
Yeah.
because
Sure.
it's freezing, like it's cold, you
Yeah.
know. The boxing is easier because I can go at any time. I just need to call and be like, I'm on my way. They're like, cool,
Yeah.
9, 10, you know. And then the running is fun, but I also don't like to run like long distances. I did like at 21, no, not even, it was 15. I got to the point and I'm like, where am I going? Like I'm 15 kilometers away from where I started. I called, I was like, yo, come pick me up. This is not making any more sense, you know? So I like to keep it like 5, 10 Ks. I'm okay with that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a lifestyle, man. I really do enjoy it. And also, I don't ever want to become a dad that can't run in the garden with the kids.
you, bro.
I don't ever want to become obese. I'm fat as it is. Like, I don't want to become like flight of stairs.
It's too much.
It's too much, you know. I'm just having a good time. And I do things I enjoy once again. Like, when I'm tired of the boxing, I'll stop. I'll
That's something I
maybe
wanna
take
get
up
into, bro.
studio cycling. Like, you know, because also I've got friends that do road cycling.
Yeah.
The other day they did like 103 kilometers. I was like,
Holy
there's no
shit.
ways I'm sitting on a bicycle
Nah, no
for
ways.
that long, you know.
Cycling is not for the weak. eh?
Yeah,
no, it's not.
It's not for the
no,
weak, though.
No. You've got to just find things you enjoy because the world is against you, and it's like there's just so much going on in the world, like that is negative. That if you don't have things that you're going to enjoy for yourself, by yourself,
Yeah, the hobbies are important.
extremely important. Yeah.
You know, Naves, dog. I view you as an OG.
Yeah.
I view you as someone, not in a good sense.
Yeah, I got 2 more years, and you guys can call me OG. Give me 2
No,
more years.
but for us,
At 40, I'm an OG.
you're right. What do you call it, bro? I look up to you in many ways, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I always have said it, especially to the guys. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
tell you, I look up to you, bro, for your dedication, your hard work, the way you conduct yourself, dog.
Have to, man.
You know what I mean?
I got a mom
Yeah,
who's
it's
watching
always
my
a mom,
every
right?
move. Yeah, I've got to represent and I also want, you know, the kid that's coming up who can be like, yeah, but look at Naves. He's
Exactly.
never been in trouble for
But
that.
you're inspiring so many, though.
I hope I'm doing a good job. My son, my youngest son, sorry, I'm diverting. They asked me for a shoe print at school. I'm like, why do you guys want a shoe print? Anyway, I just did it and I gave it to them. And for Father's Day, he made me a card where he put his foot on top of mine. And it read, Daddy, I'm following in your
Amazing.
footsteps. I was just like, it's crazy because
Yeah.
you don't ever really think about it like that. To me, it was just like, you got to be a dad, you got to show up. But now they've planted that. I'm following in your footsteps, which means I've got to walk the right way so you have a good way to follow.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying
100%.
I'm perfect. I mean, I make mistakes, but we just got to do our best.
No,
That's all
but
it
really,
is.
bro, you're an inspiration to many, bro, you know.
Thank you.
You really are an inspiration to many, and I think a lot of young guys in the industry need to learn from you. Take advice from the old heads, or not necessarily the old heads, but, you know, the OGs, the
Yeah.
guys who've been in the game that have XP.
100%. We
You know
do
what
the
I
same. I mean, I've got Oskido on text. When I don't understand something, I can call
Exactly, it's the
Oskido.
same way, like that.
100%. Kabelo Mabalane. It's crazy. And these are the guys I grew up idolizing. Guys, I'm
Those are your
living
boys.
a dream.
Yeah.
I'm living the dream, man. Like, let nobody tell you. I might not be the richest artist. I might not have the flashiest cars, but I am living the dream, man. Like, I remember in Woodbank talking to my friends, and as a kid telling them, I'm going to know Dr. Kumalo one day.
For sure.
And here I
Reaching
am.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a relationship
Crazy.
with you.
I just mess with everything that you're also doing outside of music, the
Thank
way
you,
you're
bro.
using your platform. And yeah, I just want to give you your flowers, man. We
Thank
appreciate
you, really.
There's,
appreciate
Everything that
we
you've
got too
done.
much respect for you, dog, and we want
Appreciate
this.
You know,
we want-
everything that you're still continuing.
Yeah.
You continue doing, and the path is not ending. There's no ceiling to it.
Can't
You know what
be.
I mean?
Yeah.
You just keep on pushing. You breaking barriers.
One
You
day
know what
at
I
a
mean?
time, bro.
One day at a time. One day at a time.
Naves is high press, though.
Yeah, for sure.
He's high press, Baba.
Yeah, we got a
press.
couple questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite parts of the segment, yeah?
Yeah.
So, first question. Surprise Muri or Themba Zwane?
Give us the truth. The truth.
Oh.
No. There must be
we
one.
must.
There must be one. We're not leaving here
We'll
until
sort out
you
the
answer.
punishment after.
Let me tell you, man, you're asking the impossible. In both the eras, I mean, it's like listening to the piano, watching them play.
Yeah.
It's smooth, it's amazing. And it's two different eras. How am I gonna separate the eras?
No. There must be an answer.
Oh, I'm going with
Ah,
it's a
there
surprise
must be an
Marie.
answer.
Oh, I'm going with the
dog.
oh. I can't. Themba Zwane.
Themba Zwane.
Themba
I'm going to
Zwane.
go with Themba Zwane because I'm far much more in touch with the Themba Zwane era. I have a lot more memories. Also, there's a personal relationship, so I also know the quality human being that he is. But also, it's just magic to watch, and I've been more fortunate
Shika.
to be able to go to the stadium to see Themba Zwane than I was able to see Surprise Marie.
Tell me why he's not in the national team, though.
Well, because we lack leadership at SAFA. That's the bottom line. We lack leadership at SAFA. We have allowed ourselves to have, and then all respect to Hugo Bros, he's done his thing in Africa and in Belgium, but we've allowed him to come into our country and disrespect us.
Big time.
Big time.
Naves, bro, it's always love.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, bro.
Thank
It's
you
always a
very much.
conversation. Thank you for keeping it real with us, dog.
100%.
I got respect for you. This platform's got respect. Our team has respect.
Shout out for pulling through. We really
Thank you for pulling
appreciate
through,
it.
bro.
Thank you, guys.
You
Let's
know,
keep
showing us
pushing.
belief.
Let's
you
keep
know.
pushing like these platforms. We are the culture.
Yeah,
We
we'd
are
love
the
to also
culture.
get Spectacular on your
Definitely.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
know
him
what
when
you're
he's
saying,
time.
you know
what I mean?
He's here. And he's smart, so you guys need him.
Yeah.
He's an accountant. He's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps up today with DJ Naves, the champ. One of my favorite interviews or conversations, you know. I just want to say a big thank you to my family at Pixel Nation.
Yeah.
Furniture has been provided by Grand Living.
Yeah.
And it's been styled by Halogen International. Make sure you guys go and shop. Go order your furniture. Man, this is quality. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
taking this home with me.
You're going to take it home? All right, make sure you guys go follow us on all platforms, all socials, at High Press Talk. Like, comment, subscribe. That's a wrap, baby.
We gone.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Naves,
Thanks, yes. Appreciate it. Thanks for having
too
me.
much respect, yeah. Too much respect for you, brother.
I'm sure
At
my
least you
phone
gave
is
us,
going
gave
crazy.
us Mshishi.
Shika.
But Shika must be playing national too.